Continuing the story in DC vs. Vampires. All Out War Volume 2, back at the Blood Farm. We rejoin our group of survivors as they continue their attempt to capture Weather Wizard to aid in the fight against vampires. They are met by Vic Sage, now a vampire working for Baron Cinder. The Midnighter group faces Baron's honor guard, including Arkham Knight, Atomic Knight, Shining Knight, and Prometheus. Jean-Paul Valley is in the process of being corrupted by Saint Dumas, but is saved by Deathstroke, who snaps him out of his trance-like state. In the ensuing battle, Shining Knight is killed by Mary Marvel's lightning, and the survivors manage to kill most of the honor guard. Mary is briefly hypnotized by Prometheus, who converts to human, revealing she was bitten previously and used her powers to prevent becoming a full-fledged vampire. Midnighter fights Prometheus using both characters' supercomputers, resulting in the hero's victory as the villain kills himself in defeat. Mary reactivates her powers when Midnighter is wounded by Vic Sage and kills the Question. As we check in on Starfire and Batwoman, we see the former unleashing an explosion of energy, damaging Baron and Billy Batson, while Batwoman remains unscathed, having hidden in the body of water below. Midnighter then sends Mary to capture Weather Wizard. When the team rejoins her along with Azrael and Deathstroke, Jean-Paul betrays the team, killing Weather Wizard to prevent Saint Dumas from controlling him by making a deal with the vampires to be turned again. We also see Superman and Billy Batson, both of whom survived Starfire's attack, preparing to attack the survivors. The survivors head to Central City's Flash Museum, seeking the last Lazarus Pit. Slade recounts their escape from swarming vampires after Weather Wizard's death, with former Batman fighting them off to aid the others in a shocking change of heart. They hope the Lazarus Pit will revive and cure Weather Wizard, but instead, a monstrous version emerges and attacks Slade. The group defeats it, and Ms. Marvel uses a magical sword to heal Slade, revealing her faith in him. Unusual snowfall leads them to suspect Captain Cold's involvement, especially after seeing his statue in the museum. Billy Batson arrives, challenging Mary Marvel. Their intense battle sees Billy taunting Mary, claiming his superiority. Mary, in a desperate move, grabs Billy and invokes Shazam, hitting them both with magical lightning to revert them to human form. Meanwhile, Slade and the others find Captain Cold encased in ice. Mary, covered in blood and having bitten Billy, begs the group to kill her. Once freed from being encased in ice, Captain Cold explains that after the Flash disappeared, Central City's criminals went on a crime spree. During a bank robbery, Cold was bitten and started changing, unaware of the vampire epidemic. He encased himself in ice, hoping for a cure. Angry at Deathstroke for awakening him while still infected, Cold learns from Slade about recent events. Mary, shaken from killing Billy, is comforted by Slade. She fears transforming back to Ms. Marvel could be affected by her blood consumption. Constantine appears in an astral projection, revealing he survived the attack from Wonder Woman. Superman arrives in Central City, finds Billy's body, and vows revenge. Constantine scolds the team for failing, saying Weather Wizard was needed to help Supergirl in Australia. Cold offers to freeze the ash in the atmosphere, buying time for Supergirl to recharge with sunlight. John asks Mary to transform and fly Cold to Australia. Superman arrives with Midnighter, who warns of slim chances of winning. Despite this, the group attacks Superman. Midnighter is torn in half, and Booster is killed by heat vision. Slade fights with a magical sword but is knocked back by Superman's shockwave. Mary, shamed by the scent of Billy's blood, transforms and attacks Superman. They fight, but Superman's strength prevails until Mary distracts him, allowing Slade to fatally stab him. Slade dies in Mary's arms, telling her he succeeded because he believed in her. Cold urges Mary to leave before he turns, saying the snowfall will cover the bodies. They fly off, revealing Slade had died earlier, and Deadman was controlling his body, with Midnighter still alive as the story ends. During DC vs. Vampires All Out War, Harley Quinn and Catwoman confront the Mad Hatter over control of Gotham's crime network. After killing the Hatter, Harley is approached by Jim Gordon, who gives her a vial of Lex Luthor's blood as Mr. Terrific and his vampires arrive to take him away. That night, after arguing with Selina about not turning in the blood, Harley sneaks out to meet Solomon Grundy and Clayface to get the blood out of Gotham. In the sewer, she finds her comrades dead and is attacked by vampires led by Mr. Terrific. Harley fights and kills them, but when she returns, Catwoman reveals herself as a vampire. The two fight, and when Catwoman tries to drink Harley's blood, Harley reveals she has injected herself with Luthor's blood. Catwoman dies from the contact, and Harley heads toward the next chapter of DC vs. Vampires Volume 2.